trust for when the laptop can't get its shit together and fucks up that I then play the game and the thing actually kind of works. And this is kind of skewed off to the side, isn't it, a little bit? Why is that? Oh, let's try and fix that before I ruin it by doing anything else. Crop. Right. That looks about right to me. Annoying! You're annoying, you fuck. Ah, and that's probably not in sync anymore. Do. I don't know if there's any. Yeah, there are many screenshots here already. Let's just get 97 in here, shall we? Cool. Right. Right. Okay. Oh yeah. Let me sort the sync out on this then. I have to sort it again. God's sake. Because they're going to be completely different now. Okay. It doesn't need to be that quick. See that quick. No. Right. That sounds like it's alright. Right, let's watch this together then. And by together, I mean probably on my own, because this thing is a little irritating. First of all, I like that shroom entry. I don't know if it was optimal because it was quite bouncy at the beginning, but I liked it nonetheless. I don't know how to do this bit, so I just kind of wing it. And I didn't wheelie there. I don't think I did that very well. That whole section. This was as good as I could probably make it though. And that was too far to the right. That was not a chain. I know that much. Oh, and I fucking hit that! My god. Bouncy all over the place. This was a good lap. So that shroom entry was around about the same as lap 1. Still can't do this section correctly. Oh, I missed the mini turbo. I didn't even notice that while I was driving this shit. That was alright. That gave me a good angle. It was bouncy, but it gave me a good angle nonetheless. I actually kind of wheelied down here. I got a bit paranoid I was going to just fall off the side. So I pulled back a little bit. That was the best one I had all run. And I dropped there. Good landing though. And I wheelied there, and I kind of wheelied off the lower part of the branch. So I got low air onto the rope bridge. And then that was alright too. So not bad overall. I'm actually kind of happy with that. Turn that to that. I haven't seen anyone say anything yet, so I'm just going to leave that at that for now. I'll have a little bit of a break. As I've got some chocolate from the train. I would like to very much eat before I carry on. These replay angles remind me of a video that Dazran uploaded where he was playing on the Flame Flyer with his Mii on this track. It's like one of the earliest videos you can find on this channel. I thought it was worth. He actually had pretty solid driving here, I'd say. Right. I would try my hand at Cooper Kate, but as Luke is currently playing that track, I don't want to do that because I don't want to risk people just coming along to that just because I'm playing the same thing as him. So I'm gonna try and play it safe and just do my own thing, I think. And that will probably be BC3. But we'll find out. We'll find out. I think BC3 is a good call, to be honest. There's no harm in playing that. The annoying thing is, though, is that I think to get easier alignments into the shortcut, I'm going to have to play Wiimote and Nunchuck, and that means that the driving on the rest of the track is probably going to be slightly tampered with. Because if I use my classic GameCube, I could quite easily get the chains and everything, but I don't have it as easy trying to get the shortcut with that one. There we go. This track is insane done properly though. So to anyone and everyone who's got better time like that, like Will for example, good fucking job. That's ace, look. Because I'm not doing better than any of this. It was Jacob when that was set. 2018. That might not even be his PB. He might have come back and done something since. There's Walrus there as well, actually. That's the Charlie that I randomly came across on CT Worldwide one day. There's Scorpy. I wanted to know what Bullet Bike did, so I might as well look and see how all over the place that is. It looks like he coped well with it though, to be honest, if he's got a better time than I actually do. Arjun. Why do people put their Discord tags in their names? It's a little bit weird. Also, I wonder what that 107's for. I can't think of anything specific for a 107. Oh, it's updated! And actually relatively quickly. That means the database has been fixed. It has to mean the database has been fixed. I'm looking at this then, if that's the case. I want to see where Paul is. Nowhere new. Where is Paul? Oh, he's here. Duh. I'll take a look at that. I wanna see what he's done. I wanna see what he's been up to. What else is anywhere? Can't see anything specifically different. Up here. There I am. It's actually a 5-14-391-0-9-1704. And that is Bint. Don't know why the hell people said he got a 226, a 268 or 9, because he's not got that at all. I don't know where that came from. Nice though. That's nice. Oh, video gamer 54321 underscore. Thank you for raiding. I believe that's Brandon, if I remember correctly. I'm just checking out the Ghost database at the moment because it looks like it's working again. So I'm just taking a little look around to see where all the times are at. It is Brandon. Ah, nice. I do remember correctly. How have you been? I don't think we've spoken for ages. Let's see if my time's processed here yet. Doesn't look like it has. Pretty good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to see that you're still around on the streaming side of things. Are you still doing your multi Mario Kart streams? I know you your time trial. No, not time trial even. You'd play like Mario Kart Wii and then Mario Kart 7 and then 8 Deluxe. Oh, you're not? Okay. Is that because you're prioritizing something different, or is that just for different interests? Only Deluxe. Okay. I mean, fair enough. I don't want to play 7, to be honest. I don't remember what I've got on this track. Oh, Luke's improved since. I'll take a look at that as well. I just finished doing max raid battles in Sword and Shield. Nice. I'm not actually that akin when it comes to Pokemon, so I would love to talk to you about it, but I barely know anything. But I hope you had fun, and all in all. Sounds like it. You did. Good. Good to hear. That's the most important thing, I guess, sometimes. My gosh, my time is a lot worse than I thought it was. I thought it was like a 20... I thought it was around about the same time as Joey. Around about the same time as the time I just got on Maple. So just for a bit of clarification, I'm just going through some time trials and trying to get some improvements on a few times here and there. That was the shortcut category. I don't want to look at that. I just improved Maple by a little bit, which is nice. And as the database is working again, I might as well download a few of these times to take a little look at them and see what's been going about. Oh. I probably need to clear up my MC3 folder, to be honest, because it's got loads of ghosts that I don't really need anymore. All my failed runs and then just a load of runs that I'm not really up against anymore. Alright. So I'm going to watch a couple of these now, and then I'm going to carry on. I'll probably do BC3, I think. That's kind of what I'm feeling today. Let's take a look. Let's take a look in the dictionary book. Yes! I'm not doing that with that. First things first, the important part of this whole escapade is looking at this ghost in great detail to see how Paul's been going on. So from what I gather, Paul doesn't tend to do very well on laps, or at least in his last run he didn't do very well in his lap 1, and he did pretty good in his lap 2 and 3. How has he improved since? The triple mini turbo, first of all, looks a lot cleaner than it did in the run in his 0.18 something that I watched last time. Also, I believe this is classic controller BKT now. Very clean. That was a very nice one. He was kind of a bit squiffy on the spin drift there, but I can't do it myself, so I can't really comment too much. That was a nice triple again. Could have just done ever so slightly tighter on that. And maybe on that. He does this better than I do though, so I can't really comment on it. Oh, and he had to readjust himself a little bit there, so that was probably not the greatest of lap 2s. Okay. It was a good triple mini. It would be a good triple mini turbo for me. It was a bit squiffy for him, as was that. He spin drift shortcut there. I guess he knew he was behind a little bit. Ooh, okay. Not bad. Not bad. It's much more solid than the last run from his that I watched, but it still requires a bit of work, and I'm pretty sure he knows that as well. He definitely can. I think he probably can sub, to be honest. And I would really like that, actually, just to get a full line of subs of 117s to just compare against. That would be pretty damn cool. Also, while we're on this, let's take a look at these times, because I actually downloaded a bunch of Luke's runs and didn't get time to compare them to each other, so I might as well compare them all together. I haven't even watched this run, so I don't know why I'm comparing them all together. But I'd like to see how close they stick, because I'm pretty sure they're not that close in comparison to his MC3s. But I could be wrong. And then there's Nick as well. I'd like to see how Nick compares to Paul, if I'm honest. On this track. You got a pretty decent shroom there then. He bounced randomly on the bridge. That was interesting. Okay. Ugh. You see, I know that can be a good compensating tool, but it really makes me a bit uncomfortable just seeing it being pulled off. That soft drift on that turn. Ooh. Oh my god. This run is strong in comparison to the others that I'm comparing to. Or at least that's how it seems. What is this lap 2? 0.1, okay. Oh, and he bounced on the bridge and he lost that much time. Jeez. His turns don't seem to be as risky as these other ghosts in front of him here. I'd assume this is his 910 and his 864. You must get it back like either on the shroom or the shortcut then. Nearly? Not quite. Actually, no, I think one of these is the 980. you'll tell by the exit here. There you go. The 980 was up there then. So that's the 910 riding along there just behind him. And he got a ever so slightly worse turn than it. Interesting. Okay. So we're still not done with this track. I'd like to see how I'd like to compare Paul and Nick together just to see how they. But first, let's play Cortex Castle. No, that's still on here. I'm just curious to see how this works out. I'm pretty happy to see that Nick's actually played this again, to be honest. I think he still wants to get a sub, but he said in the description of the video for this one that he was pretty content with the time. Or the run. I don't know, well, I'm not too sure about the run, but he's pretty content with the time. But I'd like for him to get a 330. He's mentioned that he's been like pioneering for it ever since 2010. So and this run actually looks pretty strong. He's a lot further ahead of Paul than I was expecting. Wow. So he must have just lost it a little bit on chains then. That looks like that made up quite a lot of ground. Oh, what's his last turn going to be like? Oh, okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought that he was going to lose a lot more time visually. But it turns out it was kind of fine. That's alright. Okay. I'm going to take a look at Cooper Cape, but I don't think I'll do any Cooper Cape today. But I would like to see how these compare together. That'll be nice. I'm really surprised that that's actually the quicker way of doing that. I would be playing this track today, but I think I'll save it until Luke's not playing it, so I don't draw attention to myself. I'm not getting really any attention at the moment, so it's all good. That landing was pretty nice. Luke almost instantly wheelied coming out of it as well. But it just goes to show how hard this track is, I guess. Considering that Luke's had to work as hard as he has just to try and get anything here. I wonder if he's going to get close at all and then Justin's going to come back. I kind of hope that Justin lets him get it and then comes back to take it rather than just coming in to defend it like he did last time to get the first 217. Although maybe that's why he returns. I don't know. Maybe it was just a coincidence that they happened to play at the same time. He probably has commented on it somewhere. So I will be able to find out. So it was squiffy, like it seemed just a bit squiffy entering the pipe. That makes any sense at all, I don't know. Interesting track. I will be playing that at one point, but not today. A bit more shit to take care of, and that goes here. So I think a decent representation is done by Itchy. Nick's Ghost is pretty solid as well, but I think Itchy would have a clear, would paint a clear picture. A clearer picture for me, anyways. Just because his time's ever so slightly slower. He also hits that there. So it's quite lenient. If you know where to aim in the right spots, it's actually relatively lenient. What I'm more interested in is what splits does he get? Because the fastest split I pulled the other day when I actually made it was a 41. Which he gets a low 41, which means at best I could have probably got a 204 if I was constantly getting 201s, 41s even. I assume that's what that means. So he kind of stops on that square. That's a 40. So what he does is he kind of aims to the corner of that square and then shrooms. So what I would do is I'd aim with the little particles on the floor, but Itchy consistently seems to go for the corner of that square to align and then just shrooms. So I'm going to try and replicate that. We'll see how well I can do. Good luck, I guess, to me. I'll just carry on just to practice it. That was a bit too far to the left. Too far over. Kind of slid to the right a little bit there. That was weird. Ha. Why is this not working? Okay, there we go. I see how he slows down now. I need to hop but not trick just before the end. So it's kind of like a low trick, but without the trick. I gotcha. Of course, my biggest issue is actually driving the track. This is probably the best shortcut I can drive. That and... I guess if I gave... DK Jungle... Spiral Cut a proper shot... Oh, you bitch. If I gave that a proper shot, it might do a bit better. The stream seems to be running alright with this setting I've got for it here. On laptop. I don't know if it's 60 FPS, but it looks pretty clean. No. Actually cleaner than it did earlier. My thumb slipped off the analog stick a bit there. I need a bit more practice. Oh, it continued. I needed a break. Too much momentum. I need to properly brake. Otherwise, this I'm going to struggle with. Why don't you stop completely, you bitch? Just carries on going. Alright. So my biggest problem is just stopping. For some reason. Ah, my lungs. Filling up with orange juice. Scorching hot orange juice. Took me too far to the right. I wasn't aligned correctly. Not the orange juice. It's not a very pleasant track to play. That section at least. These bits are okay. Okay, I was completely wrong. I'm gonna need to be a lot faster. Oh no, this has gone over my no glitch license. Ah well. Doesn't matter. No glitch was a lost cause anyways with me. So I'm pretty sure a good standard is like 205 or something. But that was actually pretty tough. So Beans got a 205. A low 205 actually. I wonder what he does. Oh, the expert staff is a 206. See what he does actually, because he's probably more like where I need to aim to be. So I might as well look and see what he does. Imagine if he just does it shroomless. Like he just stays and then just does that shroomless. He did the beginning bit really well actually. The Wii U's gotten quieter all of a sudden. I'm kind of worried. To be honest, he probably didn't sketch this bit up. Ah, okay. He does it like that. Doesn't delay drift that section though. So I could probably beat him in the second half just due to driving. Which would be nice. And he doesn't get all low tricks. That was surprising that that worked, actually. He's probably beating me on chains. So, yeah, I need to aim for 41s then. That's annoying. Okay. So he actually just stops to do it. And he stops better than I do it. He just stops and goes for it. Goes for it even. Oh. I was a bit too close to it on the right. Damn it, didn't even work. That's interesting. Hello, Tino. Tino the best, even. Or the best. See what you did there. I'm doing alright. Having a pleasant evening. Mainly bumping. Thank you for following. My mic volume is probably quiet because I'm actually talking quite quietly and am very far away from it. It is all the way up though. It is all the way up both on my software and on the little adapter thingy. So it can't go any louder. The problem is me. Although the audio is quite distinguishable in headphones. So you can hear it quite clearly if you listen, if you are listening on headphones, that is. Scream or something like I am. Ugh. Well, how do I know you're actually screaming? I assume that's what you are implying by capitals. But what if capitals are just there to illustrate points? Well, then actually illustrating it to be screaming is technically a point. Oh, you know what? I kind of talked myself out of it. Whoops. Do worldwides after you get a good time. See you in September in 2 years then. So I'm never actually going to get a good time here. So I'm never doing worldwides again. In fact, yeah, that's it. That's basically what you just said. I'm never actually going to get a good time here. So, see you never on worldwides. I'll get my headphones. That's optional. I was just saying it might be better if you did use them. Because it's more distinguishable there. Though I'm actually talking a bit louder than I was a few minutes ago. So it might be... too far to the left. Too far to the right. There's like a little sweet spot on the square that you have to kind of aim for, which is not quite the middle, but slightly to the right of it, it seems. But I'm not entirely sure as by looking at the square, because more of my visual indication comes from the floor, I think. I don't know. Yeah, okay. So that was too far to the right, like I said. Is this enough gibberish for you? I noticed that while I was talking about that, I did see that you wanted me to talk. I'm trying to describe what I'm doing, I guess. Good volume now. There you go. That's what I said. Headphones probably work better. Nice. Oh, God. That was just completely off. So just to kind of clarify what I'm doing here, I usually play MC3 and some more driving orientated tracks, but I'm trying to get more decent times everywhere else. And the shortcut on here is this track specifically, and more specifically the shortcut version, is one of those that I've barely ever done. I set a 209 earlier, which is, I guess, okay, but I'm kind of aiming for, I guess, like a 205. That's where the expert staff ghost lies. A low 205, I think. Something that was set by Mr. Bean. I watched it earlier. And, yeah. I can beat it because I've got 41 second laps before, which is kind of what you need. But, driving the track is completely different. Yeah. I'm hoping to try and do out most of these tracks in the next few months or so. So then I can return back to my main track, which is MC3. And not fucking do that. Yes, I am on CTGP. That's why I said that, Mr. Bean was the expert staff ghost on this track. And it does the shortcut as well. Yeah, that wall clip's happened like a good amount of times. It happens quite a lot. It's a bit irritating though. What surprises some people every now and then is doing the pipe clips on MC3. Because that's happened so many times, it just doesn't faze me anymore. And people are like, whoa, epic pipe clip, and I'm like, it's not really. It's really, it's an irritating pipe clip. That's what it is. So yeah, this is probably going to be the rest of the stream until I have to abscond. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere close today. Okay then. I thought it was slightly further over to the right than it was. I guess I was wrong. That was interesting. Now, what else do I have to do? The last of the shortcuts, I think, is GV2. Not GV2. What? No. Grumble Volcano. No. The last of the shortcuts I have to do is Grumble Volcano Rock Hop. And I've never done that in my life. I've had some experience doing this one, but I've never done the Rock Hop. Not properly anyways. I've done the respawn thing, but not the Rock Hop. So I have no idea where to go from that one. But to be honest, it's probably kind of similar to this. It's just alignment based, I would assume. But what I would think I'd need to do is just like a wheelie sort of hop in the right direction, land on the ledge, and then kind of wheelie off in the right direction. Okay, this is a dead run. The sad truth is it could probably PB. Or not. The rock hop is easy, is it? I think the expert staff's like a 150 on that track for rock hop. I don't know. I don't like Grumble Volcano at all. I don't like most of the Nintendos though, but it's the last shortcut one that I have left. If I'm justifying the CTGP expert staff goes to be the standard to copy. Yikes, my finger fell off the analog stick there. My thumb even. I'd be surprised if that works. Nah, I'd probably find it easier just analysing a ghost. But thanks for the offer. That's how I usually roll. It makes more sense that way anyways. Whee! I remember when Yasha first, I guess like I don't know if Yasha first theorized this or not, but he uploaded a video where he made it using just doing a trick. It's quite funny. Imagine if I made that there. I was too far back from the ramp. What it seems like is you need enough space between the yellow ramp and the ground for your shroom to fully accelerate you over the give you full acceleration No, to receive full acceleration even from the shroom. And then what else is there? You also need to hit the ramp at enough of an angle to give you enough air to make it over. I think that's the two variables here. So you can be further forward, but you have to be further back. Or you can be further back. Wait, no, that makes no sense. Further forward from the wall. So you have to be further back. Or you have to be further away from the ramp. So you have to be further forward. If that makes any sense. You're sad because you wanted to show me how. Well, if you so desperately want to show me, send me a video or tell me what your ghost is with doing the rock hop in CGGP, and I'll download that and then analyze it when I get the time to. And what else is that? I think how you do it is use a shroom, then hop on the bumper so your rear tire hits it and you kind of clip upwards. Really? None of the ghosts I looked at so far hop. Unless you're talking about the low tricking. Or if you're talking about the ultra cut, I have no idea how the ultra cut works. I know the basic one. I don't know, maybe. Okay. Just don't trick. Yeah, I've got that down. I was just referring to how when it was first found or first put across, I believe it was done so by tricking. Or like the people who first found it basically would trick. Hello there, Mockham. Paw? Wait. Pora? Poror? Even? I completely butchered that, I'm sure. 2 new people today. That was far too far back. Did not do a good job. No, I just didn't really do that very well. Try getting a standstill boost, then shroom with the boost. That's slower. Probably more consistent, but it'll be a lot slower. Though I think you can honestly just do it with a standstill, can't you? If you get it in the right place, and if you get to the right place on time. I'll try and show now. I know if you're like here. ish. You can do it somewhere from like there. With a standstill, with just like a standstill mini turbo on its own. It's a little trickier to do it. Shrooms though. Probably needed to be a little bit closer, I think. That's what I was talking about with the acceleration. There's a chain. There's another chain. Shit lap though. Fuck you. I know 200cc there's a way you can do it where you drift into it and just get the boost. That way you just don't have time to stand still. Yeah, I mean that makes perfect sense because of how fast you're going on 200cc. I've still not properly tried it, 200cc. I gave it a short dabble on the Luigi circuit. I think. It was either the Luigi circuit, it was like a random custom track. Just to try out and see how it felt. And haven't properly played it. It's almost been out for like a year or something. Maybe over now. But there you go. In fact, 2 years I think. I don't know how long it's been out for. But it wouldn't surprise me though. I don't know how difficult it is. I'd like to think it's quite free on 200cc because of the speed you're going at. I honestly wouldn't know. What the hell? Why did it give me so much speed? I was braking. What happened there? Oh. That was bizarre because it shouldn't have done that. That was weird. Anyways. Shit. You have to wheelie into it. What, the Grumble Volcano shortcut? Are we talking about this one? That okay, now I get what was going on. No, wheeling wouldn't work. That's not what the ghosts do. They just shroom. I'll try indicating what wheeling would do. I'm pretty sure that's slower. You might be able to do it shroomless wheeling, but low tricking without the trick. That's probably what I did on the final thing that one time. So we get the little alignment here, like a little patch. That's what wheeling does. It kind of, because you're balancing on one wheel, it can kind of skew your input slightly. So although it might work sometimes, you're more likely to fly off in one direction. And I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty certain that it doesn't work like that. Considering that 3 of the ghosts that I analysed don't wheelie, I'm quite certain. I think wheeling would do something similar to what I said earlier. I can't remember what you said earlier. I'll have to look back in the chat in a minute. The thing you said earlier was, I think how you do it is you just shroom then hop on the bumper so your rear tire hits it and you kind of clip upwards. Oh, hop right before the jump when you your shroom, kind of like how you do a low trick but without tricking. Oh, you mean the one right before, the last one, where I'm kind of like drifting off it a little bit and veering off to the side. I mean, you can low it without tricking it. I'm not doing that shit. I know you don't need to trick this one. Hello, Offie. I didn't see you there. There's a lot of green usernames in the chat at the moment, so you're kind of blended in. How are you doing? I'm honestly really surprised that I'm streaming. Usually Fridays are very busy for me, and this was no exception by any means. But it was not as busy as normal Fridays. Just to clarify, if this was a normal Friday for me, I'd only be getting back home. Oh shit, I overshot it. I'll only be getting back home either sometime now or in like the next 10 minutes or so. I've been alright actually. Last 3 weeks or so have been very good. I've got a new kind of trial and a setup here, so I'm using my laptop again. But I think I fixed all its sketchiness. And I've got a little stand for it now, so I can sit it next to the little podium with my Wii U and my TV. And then I'm also using my condenser microphone, which is what I usually record musical vocals into. I got a little adapter called the Blue Icicle, and I had real trouble getting that to work with my laptop actually, because for some reason the drivers weren't loading properly, but I got it to work now. I did a cooking stream with my sister on Tuesday, and we baked jam shortbread, and I tested out the microphone then, and I got raided by someone on the food and drink tab, and then I raided someone who was verified as the food who was streaming its food and drink, who was doing crocheting, and they had a very pleasant stream to lurk at as well. You did miss the cooking stream, but to be honest, like halfway through, I started shouting at my sister because she tipped the whole jar of jam into the thing, and we only needed 400 grams of it, but she tipped the whole thing. It was like 2 kilograms of it, and you're just like, that'll do. It's fine. I was getting so mad. I was shouting, oh, so badly. I think the main problem you're having is you're just not getting enough height because of one, you just made it look like you had enough height and you easily made it. Wait, what? I think it's just the positioning of where I am on the thing, honestly. I think I'm just trying to get there. Not getting in the right position. And also, thank you, Tino. You probably left in the middle of that. But thank you for popping by and hanging out a little bit. First person to actually pop in to hang out, which was nice. So I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh god. Nice. I'm hoping for a new laptop actually. Mine is very slow. Yeah, we've all been there, I'm pretty sure. Mine was really good when I first got it. It was like it's a 2013 Asus model. And beforehand I had one of those really old Sony Vaos. It was a kind of crystally sort of white one, and I just chose it for the design, honestly. But it was bad, and to be honest, like the last few years beforehand, I just kind of made it worse by trying to constantly render out videos and play Minecraft on it and everything like that. So by the time I was trying to properly record Mario Kart Wii and use my Elgato and everything, it was pretty damn poor. So I upgraded to this laptop back in 2014, which back then, this is only a year old, and I looked up a lot of good, decent laptops, and this one kind of stuck out to be in both a reasonable price range, a reasonable brand, and with reasonable specifications. So I got it, and when I first used it with my Elgato, it honestly just worked wonders with the software. No lag on the software at all, and my commentary was completely and utterly in sync to the point. And I was recording in 1080 at the time as well, which I know was only in 30 FPS for my videos, or for my capture card back then, but still, to me it looked great, and I was really, really happy with it. Since then, of course, my overuse of it has kind of slowed it down a bit. I can't actually record on it anymore without the video and commentary lagging just a little bit. But I've done a bit of overhauling, so the reason as to why OBS was bothering me quite a lot is because there was a lot of issues with the capture card, mainly with my LGP. If I nudged the too much. It can disconnect from the computer and just stop showing a signal at all. And it's still been happening here actually while I've been playing this. I had to reset stream earlier because the thing disconnected, and annoyingly when it disconnects and I have to try and disconnect and reconnect it again, the microphone disconnects. I have to try reconnecting that again. A pain, but beforehand it would do that, and I'd actually have to completely restart the computer every time it happened, and it was really, really irritating. It is pretty good, assuming that it is going downhill. Assuming that things slowly went downhill even. Yes. But the thing is, my iMac would run this a lot better, actually. It could stream quite comfortably without really breaking a sweat on the CPU. But I moved back to this one because there are not very many OBS options with the iMac. And I'm kind of ruining what my parents specified it for. Whereas I brought this laptop myself. The iMac was given to me by my parents so that I could focus more on my music. And I don't want to actually do the same thing that I've done to the laptop, where I wear it out over the years trying to do YouTube shit, if that makes any sense. So I kind of want to, because then one day when I come to maybe completely focusing on my music 100%, I damage the computer that was given to me for that by just simply doing stupid things like streaming. And you know what I'm trying to say? I think you know what I'm trying to say. It's good. It works well, and it was a good replacement for a little while, but I started feeling bad about using it. So, there we go. Speaking of music, how's that going? A lot better, actually. I was going through a bit of a rough patch in December and January. I don't know if I told you this, but I was really struggling with like feelings of loneliness and kind of feeling a bit depressed, mainly when I was by myself. So if I was walking back home from my volunteering, or well, walking to the bus or on the bus home from volunteering, or if I was traveling into studio, I'd feel really terrible, and there was no reason to be. But yeah, I don't know 100% why, but I was feeling quite miserable, thinking over it a lot of the time. However, over the last, I'd say I think this is coming up to the end of the 3rd week now, I've actually felt pretty happy, and that's kind of because I guess I've been able to talk to people again and hang out. The weather's changing to some much nicer weather now, kind of slowly, and yeah. Everything's going well. I covered a song recently on my YouTube channel. I don't know if you've seen it or want me to link it to you at all. If not, but I covered a Keen track, and I personally, like normal for me, I didn't think it was very good, but everybody, for some reason, people are saying they prefer it to the original, and I don't know why, because the original is so much better. But yeah, this is even only part of the story, because I haven't even told you about today. And it's kind of the reason as to why I'm streaming today, because today, usually, what my schedule would be is that I'd leave house in the morning to go to volunteering at 9, and I'm there until 3. I arrive back home on the bus at 4, just for a little while, and then I have to travel into the studio at 5. I have to leave here at 5, catch the train there to aim for to aim to be at the studio at 6:30, and I'm there all the way up until 8:30, which means I then catch the train back home at 9, and I'm usually here at like get back home at fucking hell, usually back here at like 9:45. So if this was one of those days, I would have just got home like a couple of minutes ago. And as you can probably tell, it's a pretty tiring day, usually. However, although I still have my regular volunteering, I was blessed with the privilege that the studio didn't run on its normal timetable because it's half term, out of all things. So the regular studio sessions weren't on this this week. However, what was happening was about a year ago, this week, a year ago, was the week I started going into the studio and actually having sessions there as like I guess an introduction with another group of people. And that's kind of what got me into the Friday sessions in the evenings. And so what I did today was I was allowed to leave my volunteering early, and I caught the train straight from where my volunteering is all the way into where the studio is, which is interesting because it's not usually where I catch the train from. I usually catch the train from somewhere else, and the train usually stops at a bunch of different places on the way there. But instead, when I caught the train today, the train didn't stop at any places on the way at all. Oh, damn it. That would have been a 41 if the thing decided to carry on wheeling. But yeah, so I went in today, and I went in to watch the new people in the Taster Week to see what they had pulled together in this week. And now, the last week when I was there, not the last week, sorry, the week that actually introduced me to the studio itself, I was mainly the only one that kind of pulled together a lot of the music. So I was the one that worked in the bands and pulled together 2 different tracks that I performed. And then there were a couple of other people who were involved in producing in the studio, and they mainly just did some sort of trap beats with nothing else to them. But these guys, they were something else. Alright, there was some really interesting stuff coming out of this. So the people who worked in the band for this group pulled together, I think, 4 songs altogether, which is more than I have managed to do over the last 2 years. 4 complete songs. And that was mainly led by one of the guys that came in who worked on the keyboard. And then that guy also managed to play in the studio as well and produce 2 studio tracks. So altogether, considering from his behalf, that's 6 tracks. Alright, that's more than I've done in the last 3 or 4 years. Which I thought was insane, and it was good. It was fantastic, actually. So I was really impressed, and that was only half of it. You had a guy who was quite into rap, actually. Not in one day, in 1 week, sorry. But yeah, no. This is all what I saw in performance. Anyways, yeah. So, there was a guy who did some rap projects. It would be kind of interesting to incorporate with my kind of funky style of play. That would be very interesting to look into. There were... What else was there? Yeah, I think there were like 2 rap songs from him, actually. One with with the band as well. And then there was a there was a piece constructed by a girl who was really into anime music. That was interesting. And then there was, this is the one that really impressed me as well, actually, a full collaboration. So everyone, I think there was about 8 people altogether. All 8 people collaborated to make a piece of music together. So you had everyone who would be singing over it. Everybody working in the studio provided elements to it. It was really good as well. Like, it was a really kind of chilled piece, but it was also kind of atmospheric, and it was really clever lyrically as well. Like, it was absurd. I was honestly quite mind blown to these new people. And the thing is as well is that I think these people are more convinced to come in out of all the people that came in with me, because I think in that group, some of the people in the group that introduced me to the studio, a lot of those people were the types of people who just, if they're not interested in something, they just wouldn't come in. Kind of like school. Those types of people in school, you know? Yeah, no. They... What was it? A lot of them, towards the end of the week, didn't show up anymore at the studio. And then, of course, when the Friday evening sessions start that I go to, none of them showed up. I was literally the only person who would continue going. But lots of these people that they've got in now are really are really pretty in there with their music. Like, it's something that they clearly would want to do more than those other people would. And I think, honestly, all 8 people that I met in the group today will be showing up with the 4, including myself, for the Friday session. So that's going to be interesting to work towards the festival, because that group is also playing at the festival this year. And I was mainly going to be like overseeing what we're doing and composing stuff, but quite honestly, the guy who does the 6 songs and then the guy who does the rap, they seem so into what they can do as musicians that quite honestly they're probably going to help out a lot and take a load off my shoulders, and maybe even provide a very insightful inspiration to me as well, because their genres are quite different to what mine can manage, if that makes any sense. I'm very, very sorry I rambled on a shit ton there, but I was very impressed. Oh, what the fuck is that testicle doing there? Into the orange juice. Oh, but yeah, there you go. What I was really happy about is the fact that I went there and a majority of them already knew who I was. So that means that everybody at the studio had already been talking about them, about me to them. And I was also, there was some studio staff that I'd never met who just knew who I was. So I guess I've made a name for myself in the last year I was there. And I think that's a personal achievement of sorts. Oh, there you go. I think that's the most I've just rambled on about something this year so far. And hopefully it tests out the microphone to a good degree. It's fine, don't worry. It's nice to see you so passionate about it. Thank you. I can send you a link about the festival if you want, Offie, if you're interested in knowing more about it. But I will have to disappoint you now. I am unfortunately not on the flyer. My name is not there, and I was really upset about it. But apparently they're going to be edited so that more people are going to be put on there. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed your Uncle Sean gets on there soon. Anyways, what's going on? Hello, Adam. Sorry you came in while I was rambling on about today. I hope I didn't put you off too much while you just came in. I PB'd on Maple Tree Way while no one was watching because the stream went down. And while I was waiting for my laptop to sort itself out, I decided to PB. I could show it to you if you'd like. Actually, I'll just play it on stream now. It's really messy, but it's alright. It's like the second run. I'm not doing any more Maple, though. I could not stand that track. For the life of me. Where am I again? I think I got 25. Yes, I did. What has Mock said? Oh, he's given me a tutorial to the thing. Just go from the second to last row on the second full brick on the right. Aim slightly to the left of the block at the end and shroom. Almost always make it. Is that... Oops, sorry. I hope you didn't hear that. Too much. Is that not what I'm doing? I think I was trying to describe what I was doing earlier by aiming to that block. I hate Maple because of one turn. Great track unless your thing to get your best. I got a 225 427 after you got some streaming. After I got done streaming, I assume that says. So wow, you barely beat me. I'll have to come back here and beat you, Adam. God damn it, you're not supposed to be better than me in this game. Also, I should have upped the frame rate to 60 FPS. So, yeah, that should be better. Also, yeah, this run is really flimsy. It has lots of mistakes, like that missed mini turbo there, and there was like a bit of bouncing all over the place. But, ugh, I don't care. I don't want to do too much of this track. It's not very nice to play. I think you're either doing it slightly too far to the right or left, and you're going at too steep of an angle. I'm not really too sure how to justify the angle on there, but I would agree that I'm probably most of the time going too far to the left or right. And then again, like I said earlier, is probably a fault of my alignment. Stopping out of the turn and aligning. And I really wasn't concentrating very much there, though. I was trying to talk. I was talking far too much about the studio to concentrate on what I was doing. This happened the other day as well, actually. But I understand what you mean now. What's this video? I'll take a look at the video you posted to me now. Let's see what it says. By Seb. This is an old video. I don't even have my headphones on. Oh, that one's irrelevant. Slightly different. Oh, I see what you're trying. What you were trying to tell me about the other shortcut, the ultra shortcut. I see. Maybe that's why it didn't make sense to me before. I gotcha. Wiggler's lap 3 aids on this pace. Yeah, I know. I've smashed into them like a good few times. If you carry on there, let me know. Anyways, I'll show you what I've managed to do today on this track. Oh, why have I got this? That's interesting. Anyways, nothing too important, but I managed to kind of get a PB. It's alright, but I think a good time is to aim for... well, I think I have to aim for like a 204 or something, because the expert staff ghost here is like a low 205. Or something. So this is just rough. I wasn't bothering getting any low tricks because I just wanted to try and get this. Daisy or Funky? I'm using Funky on this one. But that's purely because of the straightaways. He would give me a lot more speed. And on the smaller shortcut, he doesn't really vary much of the airtime. Well, actually, no, I think I don't think it really makes a difference. Oh, oh yeah, no. This is just like a really rough thing. Hi Bradley, how are you doing? Did you have work today? Are you surprised to see me streaming on a Friday? Because Fridays are usually fuck day, but you know, today was good fuck day. So, you know. You did? Ah, nice. Was it fun? Probably not, but was it? Just in case, maybe something interesting happened, like, you know, two mums having a fight in the freezer aisle over some breadsticks. I don't know. Oh, you just got home this second. I see. See, if you're planning on streaming tonight, that's amazing. Because I wouldn't. I was describing earlier to Offie what my usual Friday would be, and if I just had my usual Friday today, I would not stream. I wouldn't be able to because of the internet. Yeah. Oh, you just got home. Wait, no, I think I read that as well. And not fun. Probably a stupid question to ask then, but there you go. At least you're home now, and now you can watch your Uncle Sean play shit video games for a while. I'll take a look. I'll take a look at Nick doing it again. I don't know yet. I might. It's all up to you. I wouldn't be there to watch it though, so I would personally say no. But you know, you don't listen to me, so. You only woke up 7 hours ago. Bloody hell. You woke up while I was on the train. No, you woke up. Wait. You woke up while I was at studio. Ah, okay. That's something I didn't take into account before. Nick, if he goes too far to the right, he does a little soft drift to get the mini turbo out there. That's probably a bit too advanced for me to do. As is most of the rest of the driving that Nick pulls together here. So, I mean, that lap 1 is faster than anything I could probably ever do with one shroom. Without fully going ham on this track, which I'm not going to do. Oh, by the way, Bradley, I am using my laptop again. I get fixed with a question mark majority of the issues that it was having before, which prevented me from streaming with it. I have looked up more settings, so I think I'm pushing 60 FPS out of it, but I'm not really too sure. I don't think the capture card looks that smooth. But I think that's up to opinion. I've managed to get the Blue Icicle working with my laptop. It was having some driver issues. And now I'm using my condenser microphone. And I've got a little shelf that my laptop's now sitting on next to my podium with the Wii U. Oh, fuck you ask, you bitch. You shouldn't ask me for consent, you should just do it. Okay? If I want to do it, let me. Wait, no. Just do it next time. But anyways. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get any more other than that 209 that I got just then. It's pretty like, ugh. Nick actually shroomed a lot later than I was doing it. So he was kind of doing a bit more of an elaborate alignment to Itchy's Ghost, which I was kind of basing off of. He was kind of going there, but with a less shit alignment. It's kind of more to the right, I think. Because there is a, like, I've noticed there is a slight blue dot. There is a slight blue dot on the side. And you kind of have to align for that, I guess. The mic actually sounds really good. That's good. That's really good. You're the first person to say that. A lot of people have asked me to turn it up, but I can't turn it up. Honestly. The Icicle is up at full volume. There's got a little volume dial on it. And that's all up all the way, and then of course I've not changed it on the software. But yeah, it definitely sounds a lot better than the Snowball. I was kind of getting a bit annoyed with the Snowball because it's picking up too much of background sound. I think this one still does because I have it quite at a high volume, but if I have it at a high volume like this, then I can keep it away from like right in front of my mouth. I can kind of just put it off to the side, and that means it's not in the way for when I have to look at the TV. I think I sent you a little, either a little video or a little image of my new little setup. And that's probably going to be my setup until I decide to quit at long last. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Fuck you. I just wish Jacob would set up his new mic. Is he still not set it up? I thought you'd be dying to do that. My god. I don't know how the old mic sounded, so I don't know what to compare to. Just look through just about a week ago of my past broadcasts mock, and then you would find it. You would find some of the old videos. You would know it's with the old microphone because there's a layout, a stream layout. So I haven't sorted out a layout on this stream yet, as I've mainly just been trying to test out the settings. But I'm kind of, I think this is running all right at the moment, so I think I'll go for it. And I've already done Luigi Circuit. I might actually do Luigi Circuit again once I've done all these tracks. It's one of my I would say better loosely. It's a track that I kind of actually like playing, which is really funny, considering it's not really that great. Or at least I don't think I have the best of times on there, but I would like to aim for a 109 at the 109.8 at the very most. You're an idiot, Sean. What's your time on LC? I actually do not remember. I think it's either a 110.3 or a 110.2. But my there was a time that I had like a 110.5 a while back. which was on par with Lewis's 0.6. I'll actually take a look now for you, Adam, while I have the chance. Apparently he's waiting to get foam or something. Foam? What? As in like a foam cap for the microphone, or a foam as in like soundproofing foam for his apartment? I mean, I don't think Jacob's going to do a very good job of finding a foam cap for his microphone that won't make it sound a lot worse. Well, I definitely know he hasn't, because he hasn't consulted me about it, the sound expert. If he's trying to soundproof his apartment, good fucking luck with that. That would be hilarious. He's not gonna fucking do that. Oh, I've got so many other shit times on here that the 0.5 I was on about comparing to Lewis is actually not here. I got 515! Oh my god. There you go then. 354, that's my current time on Luigi. Let's take a look at it and see how bad it is. But foam wouldn't do anything for him since he doesn't have the setup to have the microphone close to his mouth. Oh, it's to go over his mic. Okay, that makes more sense. And yeah, no, that makes sense as well. I mean, I could have my microphone right in front of me, but I've purposefully chose to just kind of have it off to the side out the way, like I said. And it sounds alright still. I think it's probably still got a better clarity to it than the Snowball does. But, oh god, you know. If I did have the microphone up in front of my mouth, I would probably set up my pop filter just in front of it. I mean, that's kind of logical though, to be honest. Yeah, it's the XLR mic. The only, well, it's not the only XLR mic that I own, but yeah. It's the one that I got with my student discount from college. That's the main reason as to why I got it. It was with my, because I could prove that I was a music student, I got a lot of equipment half priced. So this mic's like, I don't actually know how much it goes for anymore. The AKG P420. I don't know how much that goes for anymore, but I got it for, I think, just under 100, maybe slightly less than that. In fact, I think a lot less actually, which is, I think, more than half price, just slightly more than half price at the time that I bought it. And I've got an interface which is slightly better than the Blue Icicle. So I tested this out on my Mac. The interface has just slightly more clarity to it and a clear sound. The Icicle, I don't know why it is with blue microphones, but they like to really focus on the higher end. They kind of cut out more of those bass tones in anything that they listen to, and they just focus more on the higher ending sounds, and to me it makes it sound more like it's a slight tin. And you bitch. And the it does it with this microphone too. Like, it makes it ever so slightly pick up more of the higher tones rather than lower ones. Whereas the my actual interface that I use for recording music doesn't do that. But the problem is, though, with that, is that the interface doesn't work correctly when I try to use it on my laptop, which is why I'm kind of confined to investing in the Blue Icicle. And to be honest, I thought the Blue Icicle wasn't going to work either. I would have died be honest. But yeah. AKG is a respectable company in my opinion. I vouch for them. Considering I only have one mic from them, this one's done me really good so far. Gosh, that's going to be annoying. Yeah, there you go. An XLR will probably be my next upgrade. I can't find any USB mics that are better than the AT2020. I mean, to be honest, you don't really need to have a condenser microphone. Your USB microphone's actually pretty solid sounding so far. The only reason as to why you would need a condenser microphone is to make it so that it's more subtle with compression. I guess, with regards to speech. Subtle with compression when you go louder. Because analog signals are much nicer to edit than USB ones. And you can actually vary the sound level much better than with USB microphones. Even though you could have like a volume dial on the microphone itself, as the signal outputted most of the time is recorded and justified dynamically in binary, it's quite easy to get distortion and shit like that, which gives it just a slightly harsher sound to it, I guess. Not really ideal for music, but what an XLR does is, as most of those dynamic ranges and things are managed in analog, in which is then picked up by an interface which will then convert it to digital for you, you're going to get a lot less of those distorted ranges because the microphone is compensating for that raise in dynamics, if that makes any sense. So specifically, it's not going to do it now because it's at the loudest volume possible, but if you made it a lot quieter, if I set this down a lot quieter and then I was really going at it with my voice, like full on shouting at the top of my voice, but the microphone was quite low, it'd be picking all of that up in really good clarity, and then I can just alter it in any way that I'd want to in my sound editor. But as a digital microphone just doesn't have that diversity, you're more likely going to get clipping or distortion in that range. Instead. If that makes any sense. So, whereas in your case, it would make sense to upgrade if you want to improve the quality of your audio slightly, to bring more clarity to your voice and surroundings, or compensate for maybe if you shout, it would mean that your rages are slightly clearer audio-wise. It's not really worth it, but it's entirely up to you. If you see the need to do so, then by all means go for it. I've personally only done this because I was kind of sick of using the Blue Snowball, and as I had this microphone on that I got from college, and I barely use it unless I want to record music anyways. It makes more sense just to use this, considering I've got it, instead of trying to go for something else, you know. Me rage? No, I would never rage. I don't believe that. But yeah, there you go. That's my point. You probably understood a mere, like, 5% of it. If you would like to take a look into audio setup, I could give you a hand whenever you try doing that. But you're good so far, honestly. I feel like you should probably try and put your money aside for something else. But it's up to you. You'd never get the blue dildo. I mean Yeti. Is that honestly why you don't like it? You just don't like the shape. You know what you should do, Bradley? You should get a blue Yeti and then 2 blue snowballs, and then put them in the most obvious shape that I'm not mentioning, but I know you're thinking about because of the shapes of the microphones. Just put them in the obvious shape, and then stream with them all on. And if you ever do that one day, just set your title to like "Got Blue Balls?" ? Oh God, and I would know exactly what it means, and I'll be like, yes, yes I do. Sort it out for me. Oh God. That was not going to work. You understood quite a bit of it. Oh, okay. Yo, Broodlight, do you know your mic looks cool, like a penis? and then you say, that's crotch cam. No. To be honest, it's a pretty respectable size if you can get one as large as the Blue Yeti, if you know what I'm on about. Pretty big mic. The Blue Yeti's larger than my condenser microphone. It's not heavier, but it's larger. So my dad actually has one. That's weird. That felt really weird saying that, considering what we were just talking about. I'm going to ignore that before it elaborates the conversation any further. Hello, Sean. Just popped in to say goodnight. Hopefully you can catch my stream tomorrow. It depends when you stream again, honestly. You seem to time them whenever I'm not able to. And I'm not following you on Twitch either, so I wouldn't know when you stream. But if you're getting more into the streams, would you like me to try and put them in the stream announcements on the server? Because then, honestly, my server announcements... Oh, sorry, Offie. No, I can put your stream in my server announcements, and honestly, that's like one of the ways that I see who's streaming, is I literally just wait for my server to mention it in server announcements, and then I just look. Either that, or there are like a select few that send notifications on my tablet for some reason. Not everybody's does it for some reason though. So like Jacob's for some reason has stopped. So whenever Jacob's live, he doesn't. His streams don't send me notifications anymore. Bradley's always have. Tom's always has. Troy's is like a hit and miss for some reason, and Nick's always has, and then there's a couple of others as well. Luke's does. Ace's does. I think Jay Miller's does. Alicia's does. There are a couple of others that I just don't watch that pop up from time to time as well, actually, which is kind of funny, considering that Jacob would be one of the streams that I would, I'd say, like loosely. One of the streams that I would watch, but for some reason doesn't pop up, and then there's streams for people that I've barely watched in years that just pop up every day, and I just ignore them. It's really funny. But yeah, if you would like me to put your stream in the stream announcements, just let me know, and I'll do so. And if I am around, I'll pop in for a little while. But I don't know, honestly, on Saturdays, because I usually go and see my cousin, and if I don't go and see my cousin, then I'm usually streaming myself. And it'll be this shit. Hooray! Nah. If I do any more attempts anywhere, it'll probably be on KC. I feel like I get more pleasure coming out of that than I do here. Same times, okay. I might be able to pop in after you've started, but I don't really know. My streams are 360p because Wi-Fi. I would be happy if you did that though. Yeah, I'm sure. And there you go, 360p. You're in the Bradley, the OG Bradley stream territory, I think. Still remember that Bradley streaming with his easy cap at like 1p and a headset, and just getting like 20 viewers or something. And he'd just be doing and he'd just be playing CT Worldwides. Ah, good times. Back when CT Worldwides were like cool. How times have changed, right? But yeah, there we go. That's it. Right. I think I'm going to be ending off in a little while. But this was alright. Right? Bradley, if you've decided on your streaming or not yet, let me know and I'll either host or raid you. Otherwise I will do so for someone else. Oh, also Bradley, if you don't know yet, the stream, not the stream, fuck, the CTGP Ghost database is working again. Because I uploaded my new Maple Treeway time, and it showed up instantly on the leaderboard. And my new MC3 is there. Nick's new BC64 is there. Paul's new MC3 is there, but no one but me probably cares about that. And Paul himself, I would assume. Fucking hell, you dick. So annoying, this track. Okay. Well, I can confirm that switching controllers didn't make this any easier with the alignments. Quite honestly. But I did get a 3 out of 3 run, so I can kind of at least take pride in that. It was really shoddy, but it was something. What controller do you tend to use? Nunchuck or GameCube controller? Or other one that I can't remember other than the Wii Wheel? Classic controller is the other one you can't remember. Not the one I use. What I used last time that I attempted this on stream was a GameCube Classic controller. So it's like a GameCube controller, but is designed as a Classic controller. Basically the GameCube controller. Yeah. I was basically using that. And what I was thinking is because I was not able to stop at the correct place on the platform where I wanted to go so I could make it across. I was considering that it might be after a while because my hands start to ache using that controller. Because I right-hand claw. It's a little tricky to get those alignments correctly. Just switching around with the my pointer finger and thumb to try and get the speed correct. But I have since changed to my regular controller, which is the Wiimote and Nunchuck, which I'm using now. And it seems to be a little bit better for me. That is definitely a lot easier to get. It's just the chains are the only thing, because I have to purposely time them now. Which isn't a problem. I can do it after a bit of practice. But it's fucking annoying. That I am probably losing a good 0.3 at most, I think. Completely missing a wheelie and just re-accelerating. Maybe more, I would actually say probably more. At least I can quite easily do that now. That was a chain. That was a drop. That'll do for today. That's alright. It's not that good at all. Lap 3 was really finicky, but that'll do. Excuse me. Right, GG. I've still got to cut it down by like 2 seconds. But that's definitely manageable. I think that's the first time I've seen you complete all 3 laps. Probably. I completed the 209 earlier on stream. So it was a 209.6 or something, I think. Whatever the hell. I completed that earlier on stream when Tino was here. And he was the only one watching. And to be honest, that wasn't that difficult. I didn't really feel pressured about that run, so, you know, it kind of shows how I felt about it. The leaderboards aren't. I mentioned this earlier, but I guess you weren't here to listen. I uploaded my Maple Treeway time on here earlier, and it turned up instantly. And so you can see all the times at long last. I'll check peaks, actually, Bradley. I'll check peaks for you before I finish off. I want to take a good long look at that leaderboard. There you go. So we ignore most of these really good times. So I think, yeah. It's either Mr. Bean's Ghost, actual PB, and I'm mistaking it for the Expert Staff Ghost, or that's the actual time I need to beat, which is doable. But I need to be quite consistent. Either that or I'm mistaking it. There's Bradley. I guess you do the other shortcut, Bradley, because yeah, you're better than me. What did I get? 207? Probably hasn't shown up yet. Oh, there you go. See? Instantly showed up. Right underneath AV Lydia, whoever that is. You did regular. Oh, okay. That'll be interesting then. I gotta admire that consistency though, to be honest. Of it instantly showing up. Right. What else have we got here? That's the wrong list. Let's take a look at Mushroom Peaks, shall we? Ugh. Oh god, what has happened to the leaderboard? It's like a fucking mess. What is this? What is it? Why is it like this? Ah, no! What's going on? Oh my god. So Luke's down here. Darren's got up there somehow. Remy's there. Emil is there. I believe that's Mel. Then you have Walrus? 2 Bradleys, Daisier, Shuto once, and then Shuto twice. What is this? Oh, it just looks so weird. You got Daisier down here. Jacob's now in this shit position, which is kind of interesting. David's played this track for some reason. You got a 3rd Shuto as well. That's the Luigi BKT. What is up with this track? Anyway, we need to admire this before I finish off. I'd still like to do peaks to beat Bean's Ghost, like I said I would do after I got the UK tops, but the track... Oh, the track is disgusting. I kid you not. I play Baby Part for 3 hours to get the sub. I play peaks for 4 hours to get a single fucking run. Alright. Which one do you think I enjoyed more? I think the answer's pretty obvious, surely. Be right back buying another Wii, my god. I don't know if you've spoken to Neil anytime recently, Bradley, but he's actually brought a Japanese Wii for some reason. Like, he actually just imported one casually, just out of nowhere. Straight up bought one. Which I thought was kind of interesting. No, not Peaks. Oh, hell yeah, Paige. I love you. Let's take a look at this then. Why though? Peach, I just couldn't do anything. I struggled so badly to get out of the first section, and that's like a fifth of the fucking track. How do you put up with it, Bradley? I guess the real answer is you don't. But still, like, it's just, oh, it was disgusting. I'd get to like here, or just after it, and then just fail somewhere. Whereas Baby Park is a completely flat track, and it's just an oval. That's a lot more my style, honestly. Your control over the mushroom section has improved drastically, honestly. It looks so much, I wouldn't say cleaner, but it just looks so much more consistent, I guess. And to be honest, I don't know if I can really call that out. You probably have a better take on whether or not it's good than I do. I can't do that. That's another bit that I can't do. I just hit the wall and just go flying backwards. And it really, really annoys me. I mean, maybe, I don't know if it's any different if you use Mock Bike. Also, what the hell? You lost so much time there. I don't know if it's any different because I use Mock Bike on this track. But, oh, it just annoys the hell out of me. That hill was, yeah. I was wanted to say gross, but I didn't know if it was actually gross or not. Yeah, the way you do that bit there has definitely gotten better from what I last remember you doing. I actually didn't see the wall clip. I was too busy putting my bottle back on the table. Pretty sure last lap saved this run. I don't remember what your last lap was. Was it like a 0.1 or something? Ridiculous. It has to have been, surely. In fact, yeah, I think I remember from the screenshot you sent me. That hill looked like it was a lot nicer. It caught you right back up, so it must have been. It was a 0.1. Okay. Interested to see this now. Did you have any nerves at all during this lap? Or were you like just completely fine? A lot. Wow. So you got a 0.1 with nerves. That's actually really respectable. And you probably just... Oh my god. Barely on the landing. That's why you got it. Jesus Lord. Good job though. It's a small improvement, but like... you can't really ask for too much from this track. I know that just from simply watching you play it constantly. And I truly respect the grind that's gone behind this. So, well done. I'm not done there. Thank you. I was about to ask if you're gonna carry on, and if you are like, and if you weren't, please do anyways, because it's definitely indicates you got a lot more in the bank here. But I understand if you don't want to, but I want a 0.8 at the very least. Go for it. You could probably get that in the next couple of days if you're motivated enough. But I understand if you probably don't want to burn out, so you know, by all means, do it at your own, whatever feels right. That's what I'm doing on MT3 at the moment, so yeah.